You're listening to the Gulag Podcast with Narrow Minds and Jay Stuns.
Never mind.
Okay, as we go on stream, that's exactly what he says. The Gulag Podcast. Welcome to the stream. First thing that comes out of the Korbulas 9000 is he's trying to stretch something out. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The first thing, dude, it was so cute. So I'm telling him in his ear we have 30 seconds left. And I'm sitting there trying to stretch my neck before this. Okay, if you want the backstory to what's going on. He comes in at the perfect time as Q is done and we're going on air. The first thing you hear as I cue his audio is, I'll show you how to stretch something out. And then you're like, never mind. And it came through the whole part because I'm sitting there cueing his audio.
we're pros. We're pros.
Yeah. As I cue the audio, there he is. There he is, the Korbulas 9000. As you can see, today we have titles on everybody's screen. If somebody leaves, though, what happens is this little Brady Bunch effect happens, and Peter and all the Bradys get mixed up because of the because of what's going on. So, but there it is, Korbulas 9000. Today we have a panel talking about not only building communities, but the gaming. I want to say streaming, where we're going in the future of streaming because of all these DCMA takedowns, all these certain issues that are going on right now with streaming. Where are we going to go with this? Are we moving to a different platform? There is a platform that I do want to talk about that has gained some traction because of this DCMA stuff and the fact that unfortunately, as much as I love Twitch as a streaming platform, a lot of stuff has been done with the due process is not done equally. Some people get favoritism on the platform, and some people who are less likely to give them any kind of revenue get treated differently on the platform. So it's a give or take thing. But there is a new streaming platform that is coming out. We're going to get their thoughts on what that platform is, and also a couple of the people here are hardcore COD and first-person shooter gamers, and Cyberpunk just came out, which, by the way, as much time as they took to work on that game, has become a very big disappointment. It's for it to be an open world. I got to give Rockstar credit; they did it right. Ever since the PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2 came out, when the first GTAs came out, and it was a big open world, they did it right. Cyberpunk, unfortunately, has not got to that state because it's like having in the world that Jay and me have been in, and I don't know how many other people have done this. It's like having 5M that doesn't work, and you're falling through the map constantly. That's what Cyberpunk is right now. I've watched people play it. I didn't want to play it because there's so many DCMA problems with it. Also, I did find out there are a couple scenes that get very sexually contented, which get you
notice how those work fine,
right? Oh yeah. And by the way, if you become a female,
the game works fine.
If you become a female, there's a apparently a scene that all the young boys have picked up just so they can watch it. It's a scene between a female and another female that they've added into the game that's made more boys made themselves female characters than ever. So that's another thing to talk about. But today on the panel, we have Death Angel from the Nameless family. Of course, Jay Stuns. And why is all of a sudden we're losing?
Everything getting blurry.
Everybody
that was on my end.
No, I think all right. All right.
It started lagging a little bit. That was weird. Okay. I don't know what's going on. The Twitch gods are acting weird just because I talked about them. We have the Korbulas 9000. You remember him from last time. Get him a can of peanut butter for Christmas. He likes Jif.
Don't do that.
Or no, Skippy. I'm sorry. We have Pagan, or as we like to affectionately call him, Pagnus. Of course, the gaming doc's here. If you don't know why we call him Pagnus,
long story.
Long story. Just ask him to get a haircut and shave his beard off. You'll know why we call him Pagnus.
I'm not gonna lie. I really expected Pagan to hit us with the "Why you talk about old shit, bro?"
All it takes is one piece of manscaping product, and he'll look the Pagnus part again. That's all it
We're
needs.
going that route.
No. You know that little razor? Those things are amazing.
Moving on.
No, for shaving beards. What are you guys
Still
talking
moving
about?
on.
What are you talking about? Jeez. What do you think of? What do you think?
Different type of beards, Narrow. Moving on.
All right, Jay. I don't know what beards you're shaving.
Don't worry about it.
I think we lost the gaming doc. To be honest with you, I think we just lost her. She has not
Think
moved.
so?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so.
that's true. She's
Yeah. I think
Oh.
we did.
there
She went.
there she went. All right, so I'm now between. My name is now between Pagan and my name, and
So your name right now is Diaz Paganopoli.
yeah, it's that worked out well. We're gonna see if we can get her back in the. Jay, could you work on trying to get her back into the thing because I can't lose my screen.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna try to get her back here. There is rain and storms going on over here in our neck of the woods, so there might be an issue with the with her signal. As many times as we like to hope that things like this don't happen. Well, there they are. They will happen.
I'm ringing her, so
All right.
if she joins, she'll be good.
All right. Hopefully she didn't lose her signal up there. If she did, we'll get her back as soon as
Show shall go on.
the show will go on. I'll just gotta have to move some of these names a little bit.
It's all right.
So I'm not Diaz
minor
Pagnanist.
thing.
That way I'm
Minor
not.
detail.
That way I'm the Morpheus Simulations. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream.
Morphe's here.
So I'm pretty sure he likes the.
Say it.
I'm pretty sure he likes that Korbulas 9000 title on his screen. Can you try? Let's try it one more time.
It's so nice that he's out here to support
Oh yeah,
Korbulas like this.
I saw they were doing.
Really?
They were
Really?
gold mining the other night.
What? I'm just saying supporting Korbulas. I didn't say anything further. I mean,
Mhm,
if you want me to elaborate, I can, but
Can you elaborate while we're trying to get the
No,
gaming doc back
no,
in here?
no. We're not going to elaborate on.
yeah, we're not gonna go there.
Ah.
We're gonna have-
Yeah.
There we go.
Keep going.
There
we got
we
you
go.
back. No camera, but at least we got you back. That's.
Hold on.
There we are.
There we go.
I was sitting there saying she is sitting awful still, like you did not move, and I'm like, either we lost her or she's really intrigued about the peanut butter talk that's happening. I'm not really sure which one's going on.
You know, when you live on a mountain and it's raining,
Yeah,
sometimes things get a little bit weird.
I told him
Apologies.
I told him it might have been a signal issue, but we'll work to get you back. So
My
today,
bad.
So today it's not only about communities. Obviously, you guys are all part of the same community that's in here, just like last time.
kind of like a mid-season mash.
Yeah.
You know.
But we're going to talk about your thoughts first of all. Let's talk about the whole DCMA takedowns and Twitch and everything that's going on. Where are you guys with this? Have you guys, like, for me, honestly, I have looked at the fact and came to the realization that Twitch might be going down the road of losing a lot of money and a lot of people leaving the platform, and it's become very apparent because a couple bigger streamers that were signed to Twitch originally had left and actually gone to Facebook gaming, which was very interesting to me. I didn't think this was ever going to happen. That they were OG Biggs, welcome to the stream. They were big streamers. Like there's one that was a GTA RP streamer that did that, Mr. Chang guy. He was big on Twitch. He had a lot of traction on Twitch. Just out of the blue, once his contract was over, boom, went over to Facebook Gaming. Didn't even say anything. Made one announcement about it. Same thing. King Richard, who was a Call of Duty player, who was playing with Doc and everybody competitively with 100 Thieves and all that stuff. He just out of the blue, after his contract's up with Twitch, boom, just switched over to Facebook Gaming without any hesitation. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts about, have you guys planned for the fact that, as we say, nothing lasts forever, and maybe this is a start of a turn, just like we used to talk about when MySpace was really big, and everybody was talking how much it sucked being on Facebook, and then within a 2-year period, it turned. MySpace took a big dump, and Facebook was the number one social media platform on top. So, are we looking at a turn? Are we looking at something where all of us as streamers need to be concerned about where our paths are gonna go, because of the fact that maybe Twitch is going down that same thing as MySpace and all those other platforms that only lasted for like 4 or 5 years, and that's it, and they're gonna stop.
Well, I hope not.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I mean, really, if you look at it, I mean, we say it time and time again, you know, in sidebar conversations and stuff, you know, a lot of times we look at what we do as kind of, you know, a quote unquote business. And, you know, obviously, you know, at some point we've got to look down and see what makes more sense business wise. You know, do we think Twitch will rise up again? Who knows? You know, you never know what's going to happen.
But have you personally have you started looking at avenues of going, okay, here's what YouTube will offer me, here's what Facebook will offer, and I'll be honest with you, that's what I've done. That's what I've been doing on the sidebar this whole time, of me not being able to stream, is I'm sitting there dealing with the person that deals with my my management, my talent manager, and just going down these avenues of talking to him and going, okay, see what kind of deal we can get here, see what kind of, because what I'm seeing is the track of exactly what happened to MySpace. You know, that was on top, was you pick your top 10 friends. There's no way that MySpace is ever going anywhere. And then you look, and in a 5-year window, MySpace turned into the least used platform, and Facebook, like that, went into the number one spot. So on a personal level, for you guys all being streamers, have you thought about what's going to happen, and are you starting to plan out what the future is going to be for this arena and what we're in, the echo chamber that we're in as streamers?
I mean, I've looked into things, but at the same time, you know, MySpace, Facebook, the difference is there. You know, Twitch is backed by Amazon. Twitch ain't gonna go nowhere unless Amazon decides to say, you know what, I don't want to do this no more, and they close it out. Then Twitch will be on their own, and then who knows what's going to happen. But right now, they have a huge backing by a corporation. Facebook is facing lawsuits to be a monopoly, so who knows what's going to happen with Facebook. You know, the DCMA thing is going to affect Twitch. It's going to affect YouTube. It's going to affect a lot of people with the DCMA thing, especially with the senator that wants to send people to jail if they're caught using any copyright music whatsoever. Like, they want to, I think it's like a minimum 10 years prison or something like that, or some stupid shit like that.
It's
So,
prison
What?
time.
Where did,
But-
wait a minute, where
It's
did you
prison
hear
time,
that
yeah.
one at?
yes,
They make it a
there's
federal crime, yeah.
But
$300,000 or like $300,000 or something you have to pay.
but here's the flip to that, though. You're saying that Twitch is backed by Amazon. Mixer was backed by Microsoft.
Yeah, but Microsoft also said we don't want to do this no more.
Exactly. And in that case, Amazon makes more money shipping packages than they will ever be being a streaming platform.
100%, but at the same time,
Amazon can say tomorrow, go, hey, you know what Twitch is going to be now? Twitch is going to be the new video streaming platform for all their original content they're making. And then we're all out.
you need to look at the number difference. You look at Mixer. What was the highest channel on Mixer?
Ninja's
Maybe
channel.
10,000 viewers did that.
Ninja's channel.
10,000 viewers. I'm saying 10,000
Ninja.
viewers did that. You know, you have streamers on Twitch that are pulling 100,000 views. You know, million views. So
Right,
the-
but
the
you
number
gotta equalize the. You also have to understand the business part of that situation, though. You're gonna pay these guys. Yearly we go through contracts, whether you know it or not. If you haven't looked at your stuff, you get a yearly contract of what you're gonna get as a Twitch streamer.
Right.
So,
but also look
if
at how
the-
much money Twitch is making to us in general. Twitch is getting half of our subs. You know, we get full bits. You know, we get full donations. But as far as subs, you know, Twitch gets half, and partners they get.
But what if I tell you Twitch that Amazon loses money every year for having Twitch around?
Well, they make up for it in other ways. So it's really up to them how long Twitch stays around, and if.
But that's what I'm saying, because this is the reason I'm saying the money. The reason I'm saying the business aspect of this is that Microsoft started realizing that they were putting more dollars and advertising dollars into Mixer, which actually could have gained some traction had they did it right. But then at some point they said, you know what? Let's buy a studio. Let's buy these gaming studios that are losing a lot of money, and instead of putting it into Mixer, let's do that. And see, Amazon, if you don't know, is trying to be top over Netflix, and they want to buy a studio because Netflix has a studio in Santa Monica. Netflix has a movie studio in Santa Monica, whether people know it or not, that they do all their original films from. Amazon wants that. And Amazon wants a streaming platform that people have known that is known, that they can separate, so that way you don't have to look at the ads for buying stuff necessarily. They want to give them a separate website to do that. And unfortunately, if you look at the business side of things, if they decide one day that, you know what, Twitch is well known enough that we could put all our original movies on there and stream the stuff and have them pay a subscription, and that makes more money because guess what? They don't have to pay any of us. They decided
they don't have to worry about lawsuit money either.
They don't have to worry about DCMA because they buy everything as a movie studio, as a production company, as Amazon Studios. They don't have to worry about that anymore. They don't have to worry about all those lawsuits because at the end of the day, all those DCMA lawsuits that come up end up going to them. There's a part of it that goes to them, and they have to explain why all this stuff is happening. So you have to look at that in the business sense. You're looking at something where people, the big wigs upstairs, when they look at all these numbers and they look at everything that's going to happen to them if this continues down this road, it's going to be more sensible for them to buy the licenses, make a movie studio, and turn Twitch into a streaming platform that people don't have to go look at what their shopping cart is. And they just say, you know what? Go on Twitch. Go watch all our Amazon original stuff. You know, they have Jack Ryan. They have all these cartel original stuff on there.
You look at it, you know, the thought of switching over to Mixer was a big thing when Ninja and Shroud went over there. You know, everybody thought about, oh, maybe I should try Mixer, blah, blah, blah. But it never happened. I started out on Mixer from my headset cut out, but I started out on Mixer streaming straight from my Xbox. You know, had nothing, no camera, no nothing, just a couple Destiny 1 streams on Mixer. Wasn't my thing. Went to Twitch, got my gaming PC, went from there. So I've been riding on Twitch since 2013. I'm gonna ride the wave till it ends, and then.
But have you honestly took a good look and made plans about what you plan on doing in case this does become a thing? Because you know what, as much as I don't want to.
So regardless of whether I'm streaming on Twitch or not, the people that I've met from streaming on Twitch, I'm gonna be in touch with whether Twitch is around or not.
Oh yeah. That's 100%.
Twitch is around. I don't care if I'm streaming. I'm still gonna be playing games with Death Angels. We'll still be playing games with Korb and Pagan and Narrow, Gaming Doc. I'm gonna be playing games with talking to everybody. It doesn't matter whether I'm streaming or not. So if Twitch tomorrow were to say, well, you know what, we don't want to do this anymore, we're shutting down. All right, well, guess what? Now I know they're shutting down. Now I'll look for something else. Until then, I'm just gonna ride the wave, have fun with my friends, and that's it.
Okay,
yeah, I kind of have to agree with what Jay's saying on that. I mean, you know, for Amazon and Twitch, for what they're doing, I mean, it makes sense, business wise. I mean, you got Amazon, they can promote stuff through Twitch. I mean, the gaming community is so huge.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they don't understand it. They see people like us as, okay, we're teenagers, we're, middle-aged adults, stuff like that. And all we do is play games. They don't understand that the impact that the gaming community can have on a whole. And Amazon actually, they've grasped that. They fully haven't got it under control, but they've grasped it. And I'm like, Jay, I mean, yeah, with DCMA and everything else like that, I mean, we can call it DCMA, we can call it copyright laws, everything else. I mean, it's been around forever, so we always know that anytime we do something on our streams, somebody somewhere is going to go, wait a minute, this is mine, you can't use this. We hear this all the time. Take Napster, for example, when they come out, they face pretty much the same problems that Twitch is facing now with DCMA. I mean, it's one of those things that I hope that Twitch will, they'll take all this in and they learn from it and evolve from it. Mixer, for example, I can't really say why they shut down. I mean, everybody's got their own opinion of why they shut down, but I'm like Jay. I'm gonna ride Twitch out until we get the official notice that, hey, you're not gonna be able to stream on this platform anymore. And then I'll look at another platform because you know for me, why do I want to take something that I put thousands and thousands of hours in, building a community up, getting the following that I have, and then all of a sudden go to them and say, all right, guys, I'm leaving Twitch. This is my last broadcast. I'm going to, whatever streaming platform it is. They may not want to go over there. So for me, I don't want to lose what I've built.
But
What do you think, Death Angel?
oh, sorry, go ahead, Death Angel.
So we can plan for as much as we can, right? We can plan that, okay, maybe Twitch is going to go down and I'm going to move to X, Y, and Z streaming service, but you can only plan so much. I mean, tomorrow your stream could be taken down completely. Mm-hmm. You could have made a mistake and you're out. I mean, that's it. So what do? Do you go and move?
I mean, I look at it and I don't know. I treat it like everybody says, it's a business. It's at the end of the day, we kind of do this, number one, because we enjoy what we're doing. But number two, it has become and grown and evolved because of the way we grew and evolved on this platform into something that we figured out, oh, wait, people are enjoying this. People are watching. This is also a way to make money. So I treat it as a half and half. I look at it as, yes, I'm glad I'm doing this, and I'm glad that there's people that watch and enjoy Narrow Minds, the character, and they, whatever. But at the same time, when you're doing something that you love, because this is something you have to love to do. You can't do this because you think you're gonna make $1 million overnight. If you're doing that for that point, you're doing it for all the wrong reasons. If you think you're gonna be the next Ninja, if you think you're gonna be the next Shroud, you're sorely mistaken. And a lot of kids think that on this platform right now.
Yeah, I'm not worried about being the next Doc or the next Tim the Tatman. I'm worried about being the only Jay Stunts. You know what I mean?
But the thing is, we do
okay. So say Twitch shuts down, right? Is it even worth moving to another streaming service? Because you'll say you go to YouTube, right? You have to rebuild headset. I'm gonna break this shit. But you have to rebuild everything. Like, you start on Twitch, you do your first stream on say YouTube, right? You don't know who from your Twitch followers is gonna come over to YouTube. You don't know who's gonna find you randomly, or even if anybody's even gonna check you out randomly, because they'll have to have something to find you with. So however many follow you has on Twitch, how many's actually going to follow you over to YouTube? Do you know? No. Do you know anybody's going to check you out on YouTube? No. So do you really want to put all that work into build basically another community with your current community to stream on YouTube? Or what's another one? Theta. I've heard of Theta. Is it even worth it? I don't know.
But the problem also becomes that we have these DMCA issues. We have every issue here. And okay, it gets shut down. We all move to Facebook. I don't want to talk about that one, but let's say we go to Facebook and they're going to have the same issues. YouTube has the same issues. They have the DMCA issues, and they've been fighting that for a long time. You're going to have issues everywhere you go.
The cool thing about technology, though, is that it always outpaces government action, right? So, something new will come. Who knows what it'll be, right? And we'll be able to use that just like we've been able to use Twitch for 10 years now, almost, right? I mean, eventually there's going to be something new, and you're just going to get used to that new thing. And then eventually the government will catch up and say, well, no, people want to profit off of this new thing. So now there's all these repercussions, and you got to adapt and change. I mean, that's just the way technology and government work in general, right? Through history anyway. So there's always going to be something new.
But here's the thing, Jay, but you're saying, and I know this is something that you love to do. This is not something that's hey, I'm doing this on the side and I'm going to go build a pool over there later, right? This is something that you love to do. So with you saying that you're concerned about having to rebuild everything.
Yeah.
Would you, though, because this is what you love to do, this is something that you're passionate about doing, if that circumstance ever came up, would you go do it? Because you have no other choice but to do it.
I would
And
have to
and
say,
a good example of that is is obviously, I'm going to bring it up because it is the big elephant in the room that we still don't have any understanding about. Well, I kind of do, but a lot of people don't have any understanding about. Is look what happened to Doc. Just got thrown under the bus, for certain reasons, which were
not gaming doc. Talk about Doctor Disrespect.
yeah.
Let's say.
Nothing
Yeah.
happened to gaming doc. She's fine.
Gaming Doc's still here, Doctor
I mean,
Disrespect.
I know my camera went off, but
But I mean, he did that, and then he just pushed forward, kept on doing what he was doing, like what we do. We do our ads, we do everything, and then built it back up to where it
You can't
is.
compare him. You can't compare him because
Jay, but the thing is, I'm not comparing him to you, but I'm saying, are you willing to rebuild your?
I don't know because you look at like him, right? He had such a huge following on Twitch and his Twitter and his Instagram or whatever. So the second he put up anything on Twitter, I'm going to YouTube. All of his followers ran over to YouTube. And what did he have? Like just a nothing screen up or a screen of a gas station with his Lamborghini in it up for like 24 hours and he had like 10,000 or 100,000 views or something like that. Me going over to YouTube, I mean, if I had to choose a stream, I would assume YouTube. I don't want to have to create another Facebook page for my gaming stuff because I don't want my real name broadcast up there as I'm streaming. And that's another thing. If you're streaming on Facebook, anybody that comes into your chat, it's their name.
Oh.
It's not like Twitch where you get, narrow-minded gaming or Korbulas like that. It's going to be your full Facebook name.
Actually, that's
but still.
Yeah. Well, I have one of those Facebook gaming accounts that you can actually stream off the Facebook gaming account.
Right. Some people do. But okay, so say I'm streaming off of my Jason's Facebook page, right? And if you're not logged into your narrow-minded gaming Facebook page and you're logged into your normal one, you come in my stream, that's your government name out there. Same thing with Pagan, same thing with Doc, same thing with Death Angel. Everybody's actual name's going to be out there in chat. And, and basically Twitch is a world of being anonymous. You go by whatever name you make it. So
people put their real full names on Facebook.
Yeah.
Most of them do.
Pagan,
actually, according to
Pagan.
Facebook, you're supposed to. You cannot use another name with Facebook. You are supposedly required to actually use your real name.
Yep.
And and it's interesting because I mean, obviously, I'm the newest one into this, and it really is kind of overwhelming. Because there's so many cool things about Twitch that I just absolutely love, and then there is the fact that we as a new person I see inconsistencies. It's like, well, why does that streamer get away with that and that streamer did the exact same thing and got nailed? And there seems to be just that whole, I mean, it's almost like the telephone game where a piece of information goes into the system and all of a sudden it starts getting distorted. And it really is hard to know what to believe, what to trust, how not to get in trouble when it just seems that there's just this real vague sense of, well, if you do that, you're going to get in trouble. Well, unless you have this many followers or this many subs, then you won't get in trouble. But it just seems that the heart of the spirit behind it and what people came to Twitch for, which was freedom, community, the ability to just be able to enjoy yourself and share your passion. Yeah. And it seems that that's slowly getting evolved. And as someone coming into it new, it's sort of, it's encouraging and discouraging at the same time. And, it's like, wow, I hope Twitch is going to be here for quite a while. And, hearing the things about it. And it's good to know the reality. It's good to know multiple sides of something. And it honestly can be really, hard to get that, that fired up passion. It's like, man, I'm really going to do this. And then all of a sudden you get a notification saying, well, terms of service have changed, which is the exact same thing on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel and, I enjoy it and it's cool. And the idea that I'm ever going to really get anywhere, up in that is, I don't even pretend that. I don't even envision that. But,
I think,
Twitch is just something, it's something that's really special. And it's hard when, the cracks in the armor show through.
Yeah,
I mean, it's your content, but it's their platform, so they get to pick what rules they want to enforce. It's their platform; they can do what they want with it. They enforce it how they want. It's not like a court of law, it's terms of service, and you have to abide by whatever they want to do. As ambiguous as it sounds,
the
you're
terms
agreeing to do it.
The terms of service that change
think using
every like 2 months.
I think if Twitch were to shut down and I was forced to move to wherever, I don't think I would stream. I think I would focus more on creating the videos that we've been doing, whether it be the preschool pirates, the paranormal preschoolers, or think of new series and go with that. And then maybe if those start catching traction, then maybe I'll come back in a stream. But as of right now, you look at Mixer's downfall, right? What did they want to do? Their big thing was, we want to beat Twitch. So what did they do? They went out and they paid Ninja and Shroud a shit ton of money. And don't get me wrong, they're great at what they do, and if they can make their money, make it. But at the same time, you look even like sports contracts. You look at baseball, right? What do baseball players do? They wear leather on their hand, they catch a ball, and they swing a stick, right? These guys are getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars to do that, right? So, like, seriously, like, is playing a game of baseball worth, like, I think Bryce Harper makes $400 million over 12 years? Is that even? That's ridiculous. Hockey contracts. A goalie, one of the best goalies in the league, can make what paying like $60 million over 10 seasons in hockey, give or take. All right, you have NBA. Guy throws a ball into a hole. Oh, that's worth $170 million over however many seasons. And now you have a guy who sits there and plays with a little controller in his hand or a mouse and keyboard, making $20 million. Like, the amount of money given out for nonsense is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm sorry.
It is.
Like I said,
but it's not quite nonsense. Those guys are making people billions of dollars. So yeah, they're gonna make. Yeah, it's what you create in wealth, not what you actually do.
Right.
It is. But like I'm saying, like, okay, but obviously that didn't work, because if they brought in Ninja and Shroud, these people that are making these billions of dollars, it basically bankrupted them, and that's why they got rid of Mixer. That's what I'm convinced of. They could not make up the money that they shelled out for Shroud and Ninja.
Yeah, because that was marketing. That was pretty much all marketing money that they shelled out for Shroud and Ninja.
They're like,
it was.
So because what happened was they were supposed to Bad Buddy, welcome to the stream. What was supposed to happen was that was marketing dollars, that instead of them doing like their version of TwitchCon, their version of putting ads and stuff, which, by the way, they could have never done because of Microsoft and the fact that most people that were on Mixer were mixing on Xbox. It was really hard to put ads into stuff because most people that were watching were also on Xbox, which caused a big thing. The Cool Kids, welcome to the stream. But the thing was, they made a bad business decision. They invested. Well, no, because in a business, you have your marketing budget, then you have your operations budget, and what they did was they put their hands in the operations budget money and scooped it into marketing ad. So what Ninja and Shroud represented was nothing but a marketing ploy that they thought was going to bring more kids to Mixer.
Right, exactly. So you said it right there. They put. It's like the old cliche. They put all their eggs in one basket, and they thought, when we get Shroud and we get Ninja over here, we're going to be top dogs. Everybody's going to be coming to us.
Right.
So when they found out, after they got him over there, well, that wasn't the case.
Right.
And you know what?
So now they're already locked into this.
Right.
So, yeah.
And you know what the funny thing is? Ninja and Shroud, whether they want a minute or not, just committed the most innocent robbery ever.
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
Innocent robbery ever. They signed these big $1 million contracts. Mixer shut down after what? Not even a year of them
being on the platform.
They got paid full value.
Yeah.
You made out like a fucking bandit. You made $10 million for half a year of playing games on a streaming service.
Yep.
And then what? You take 1 month off. Meanwhile, Ninja's still being sponsored by Red Bull and all these other places, making millions of money from that. And what does he do? Tries one stream on YouTube. Okay, this ain't bad, but what does he do? Comes right back to Twitch. Boom. Making partner contract on Twitch again, making money there. Dude literally just made what? $10-15 million for half a year of playing. Cleanest robbery ever. Same thing with Shroud.
Yeah. And what they did was a robbery, but you know what? At the end of the day, was it their fault? No, it was not their fault. If we have to look at it honestly, it was not their fault. You see, everybody who's doing the marketing and all the PR rep should have understood that they should have took one of those people and that was it.
Yep.
They should have looked at the budget and gone, you know what? Let's do 50-50. Let's market 50-50 value, put ads up. You know, here's the thing. If you look at the card makers, right? Back in the day, Ford used to go grab a Chevy truck and they would use the Chevy truck in their commercial. Nothing against that. Nothing against it because you paid what Ford did was buy the royalties and to use the Chevy thing. As long as you pay whatever they're asking for, you can go and grab their truck and then use it in a commercial.
Yeah.
See, had they done something like that, they should have intertwined something and made like a, you know, not necessarily Twitch because I'm pretty sure that would have never gone on well, but they should have put it up against each other and then made some kind of a commercial that people would enjoy because that's what we are. Most human beings, right? 85% of human beings, when they see something that they like on a screen, when they see something they like in an ad, no matter like how stupid it is sometimes and how much we don't need the stuff, we end up going and looking at it and wanting to buy it. That's just our nature. And had they put their sense up like that, you know, being that I took a nutrition store that had zero and brought them to $10,000 a month just off those stupid things that we were doing in ads, I know that it works. And had they done that, they would have spent half the marketing thing and going picking up one of those two, and then just spent the rest on those cliche commercials. That guess what? The reason that we keep on buying stuff and the reason we keep on looking at stuff is the reason those ads work, and they all work on Facebook, they all work on Instagram, they all work on Twitter. Yeah. And had they done
what else Twitch did was when Mixer shut down, you know, they said, oh, you know, we're shutting down, but we're merging with Facebook Gaming. So if you want, you can go to Facebook Gaming. But a lot of them didn't like Facebook Gaming for the reasons we've already mentioned. So what did they do? They're like, you know what? I'm going to go over to Twitch. And what did Twitch do? Hey, you used to be a partner with Mixer? We'll give you partnership. Meanwhile, Twixer partnership, when you were over there, it was like, I think 3,000 follows, having your account for 3 months, and then like 2 other things.
Yeah.
But then you come over to Twitch where you're supposed to maintain 75 viewers for 30 days and all this other stuff. Some of those partners on Mixer weren't even close to that. But because they were partnered over in Mixer, hey, you know what? Come over here. We'll bypass our regulations, make you partner, and now we'll lose even more money because we're paying you more than we pay the other streamers.
Hey, but if you buy music now on that one site, you become an affiliate.
Yeah. Now, if you pay for a 30-day subscription under... Fuck it, I'll just say, if you pay for Monster Cat Gold for 30 days and you have proof you have 30 days, if you prolong your subscription, automatic Twitch affiliate.
Yep.
After 30 days, you become a Twitch affiliate automatically. You don't have to worry about the grind and nothing. You get Monster Cat Gold. It's $5 a month. Monster Cat Gold, 30 days. Once you start your next month, you have, hey, become an affiliate with Twitch. Fill it out. Boom. You're affiliated with Twitch without even having to worry about 50 followers, 3 viewers, any of that shit.
So you know what's going to happen next, right?
More money. The only thing I can say is the $5 that they're making, Monster Cat's making, they got a deal worked out with Twitch, or Twitch is making money off that. And that's what's
it's ads, because what it is they worked out a deal that Monster Cat doesn't probably have to pay for the advertising that's on our channels beforehand. As long as that works out, that little deal works out, that's what's going to work. And eventually, what happens is if you spend a year or 6 months with Monster Cat, you're going to become a partner. Huh? That's how much all that hard work. And I'm going to tell you this now, boys and girls. The shit that you got to do now to be an affiliate on here is bullshit. Because everybody else, I'm going
to say this. Every time I stream, if Twitch is throwing up a condom ad before you watch me, I want some of that money.
Don't lie. You get free condoms.
No, I want some money. Fuck condoms. I want some money.
By the way, we want to throw up the fact that we do have our we have to pay our responsibilities to the Korbulas 9000 right now out on Amazon. Get yours today. The Korbulas 9000. Make sure you order it today so that way it'll get there before Christmas. All right, so make sure you order it today. The Korbulas 9000. Okay, go ahead.
But I mean, realistically, let's look at it this way, right? Yeah, I disagree with the whole Monster Cat. Pay $5.99, you get affiliate. A lot of us that are here right now, we busted our rear ends, we pound the pavement, we hit those goals of the 50 followers,
and they're not even that hard to hit.
But the thing of it is, even if you do that $5.99 a month for Monster Cat and you become affiliate,
no one's gonna watch you.
You still right?
Yeah, exactly. You still got to build it up.
It's not even that hard to hit the affiliate qualifications.
By the way, Morpheus wants a gold edition Korbulas 9000. He wrote it in chat. You're welcome.
Oh God. But yeah,
golden dipped in chocolate, Morph. We got you.
No,
it's like, okay, yeah, we'll give you this, but guess what? Just because you got this doesn't mean you're going to be getting the biddies. You're going to be getting the subs.
Yeah.
You've got to do the work. You've got to put in the time, the blood, the sweat, the tears to build it up, to get where, like some of us, we have people come in, they'll give donations, or they've been sub to us for a year or however long your channel is. You still got to do that groundwork in order for that to pay off. It's not that Twitch is going to go, okay, you're affiliate or you're a partner, here's your money.
You still got to work for it.
And that's one of a lot of things, and you hit on this earlier, Nero, that a lot of these people that come in and they see, the ninjas, the shrouds, the Dr. Lupos, the Tim the Tatmans, all
the Narrow Minds, the Jerry Stuns,
right. They're making all these thousands of dollars, and these people are going, well, if they can do it, I can do it too. Well, it's not as easy as you think it is.
Yeah.
I wish I was making $1,000.
I just want to point out to you there's a little picture I saw that the guy that kind of taught me about business, he put up. It's a path that's straight and that everybody's in line to take because it looks like it's the easiest path. And then there's the path with a bunch of walls and all these obstacles. And you only see one person taking that path. I 100% will take the path where you have to learn and you have to struggle and you have to understand what you're doing versus the easy path. Because you know what happens to people that go the easy path? You fucking lose 100%. You will never win in anything that you do if all you do is think that every easy path you're going to take is going to get you the wealth and the success that you want. I 100% going to tell you right now, in a 2 to 5 month period, you're going to still have one viewer. You're still going to have only a couple followers.
If you're an affiliate, if you don't get a payout after a year, don't you lose affiliateship?
I don't know what
I don't
think they lose that anymore because the only way that they would lose it, I think, is if they got some kind of ban. I think with
I was about to say, if you lose your affiliate after a year, right, and you're paying this $5.99 to become a Twitch affiliate, if you don't get the viewers or a payout in that year,
no, I think
basically paying what $60 a year for nothing.
No, they get to keep the thing, but here's the thing.
I mean,
here's the thing. They get to keep the stuff, right? But here's the thing. No one's going to sub to you. No one's even going to pay attention to your channel. And I'm starting to notice that now, Jay.
At least once a year to keep. All right, Morph. So you have to stream at least once to keep affiliates.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been noticing. I've been noticing that there are channels that are affiliate now that have they only have 3 people that are following them. I'm like, how the hell? You're a monster cat.
Yeah.
You're going to be and we talked about that. Actually, it was in a panel at TwitchCon. Who was there? I think Dr. Lupo was there. There was a panel, and we were all sitting there having a round table conversation about that at TwitchCon.
It just takes time. Everybody has.
That's what I was going to say right there. Yeah, when they posted that it's hard. Realistically. Yeah, it is hard, but it's one of those things. Right. I've said it before. Like a lot of the nameless family members that are in here with me, they're probably going to go, "Oh my God, he's going to say it again." But it's kind of like the old movie, Field of Dreams. You build it, they will come. It's going to take time to get to that point. I mean,
And I'll be honest with you. You can apply for affiliate before you get all those things met.
Yeah.
And if they accept you, or I'm sorry, partner, you can apply for partner before you meet all those goals. There's nothing against that in the TOS. In fact, you can go into your Twitch account, click on apply for partner, and they will ask you to fill out the questionnaire to be a partner. And if they think that you're capable of being a partner, they will take you right there and then, decide with the people deciding. Okay, so don't think, because I've seen people do this, and some of them are, I don't know what the hell they're doing on Twitch. But anyways,
look, it all depends on the person. It all depends on the person going for the partner.
Yeah,
the work you put in is the driving force. So, like me, I've been struggling, I don't know how many months to become a constant streamer again. If I wanted to, if I really put my mind to it and just like did it, I have no doubt that I've had people in my ear telling me, "Oh, you're so entertaining, you can make partner." I have no doubt that I could if I wanted to. It's up to me to do it though. And where I'm at right now, I can't. I'm not saying I won't. I'm saying I can't. There are people that are getting close to having halfway numbers to partner. They're close to having 3/4 of the way numbers to partner that can do it or don't want to do it. It's up to the person that's driving the machine. Basically, partner's a car, man. You're driving it. So you can either slam on the gas and go fast and hope you make it, or conserve your gas, take your trip, and get as far as you can. The choice is yours. I need to get my head right to become a constant streamer again before I can worry about anything involving partner. But once I can get my head back in the game, I have no doubt that I'll be there. I have no doubt in my mind with the support system I have around me and the friends I have around me. I have no doubt that I'm.
And here's the other part. It's sad because people that cause controversy seem to get on live stream fails, seem to get on these YouTube channels that talk about how they screw up and do something stupid. The problem is in this echo chamber that we're in, we do not reward enough of the positive shit that goes on in these communities. What we do is we reward the dumbasses that do stupid shit and consistently do stupid shit and give them the limelight. And that's part of the problem. And Twitch, that's what number one thing that Twitch needs to fix and figure out is the fact that they do not need to reward people that are dumbasses. If you're a dumbass, and I hate to say it, mommy should have never had you. You should have been somewhere else in a towel or something. You're on this platform screwing up. You know what I mean? I'm trying to say this very nicely without having.
No, don't sugarcoat it. Come out with it.
Yeah.
You should have been dripping down her leg, okay? And you're on this platform. You're on this platform making yourself look like an ass. Making yourself look... I'm sorry, now you're bringing the character Narrow Minds out.
I'm sorry, but some of these bigger streamers that I watch, I don't understand it. How people find them so interesting to watch.
Like that kid that pees in a bottle.
Right,
what's his name?
I'll give XQC. Do not find anything entertaining about this dude whatsoever.
Yeah, besides the fact that he talks really fast and you don't understand what he's saying. That's all
Doc was funny. I'll give him that. There were times he was annoying and an asshole, but he was funny. Tim the Tatman, I find absolutely hilarious. The thing that him, Nick Merckx, and Cloaksy have going on where he calls Nick Merckx 5'10" and Cloaksy Franklin the Turtle, that whole thing is absolutely hilarious. Lupo is serious, but he does have his entertaining value about his seriousness. But
I was watching something the other day, and I was watching Tally. He's a big Warcraft streamer, and he brought up a thing, and I wish I had it, of somebody else talking about, what streamers do and stuff like that. And there was one thing that jumped out at me. And this was even before Tally even thought about it. But this person said that we as content creators, the biggest thing that's in our favor is 85% of the time, stuff just rolls out of our mouth. Stuff just rolls out. And that's the thing.
Especially when I'm in character.
Right. That's like when you got narrow-minded.
That's a rollout. That falls out fast as shit. Like
flying out of
you
there.
got Korbulas, you've got Jay Stun, you've got Death Angel, even Paganopoulos. There's sometimes we're sitting here and we've got it in our heads that we're going to do a certain variety of the stream.
Yeah.
But then somebody will come in chat and say something, or something will pop in our head, and next thing you know, it just it's out there, and it goes a whole different direction, and that's the biggest thing right there. You know,
I think Doc.
And it's just kind of interesting because for a lot of people coming into this, they look at, okay, what are the successful streamers doing? What are they doing? And so there's that desire to emulate. It's like, well, controversy that gets
being
you
a giant
subs,
asshole is what most of them do.
Yeah, and whether it's their nature or not, they feel like, you know what? No, if I can do this, if I can be this, then that's what will make me successful, as opposed to if I'm myself, it may take a long time, it may take, just kind of building up, but there's almost a discouragement for people to really be themselves, because it's almost like, well, just being myself isn't good enough. And what I do, and you could ask Narrow, it took him over a year to talk me into streaming.
Yeah.
Because my whole feeling was, why would anybody listen to me? Why would anybody, I'm not good at gaming. I enjoy gaming, but I'm not very good at it. So, I was looking at the people who were successful. It's like, well, I have to game like they do. And I have to have that banter the way that they do. And it's interesting sort of being able to step into, it's okay to be me, and it's okay to be authentic. But I mean, I'd like to ask you guys how you did. And Jay, you brought this up as kind of a question. How did you decide coming into it who you were going to be, how you were going to present yourself? And do you feel that you've basically held to that, or has that evolved? Whether by your decision to evolve, or did it evolve based on what, the reactions were? And I'm curious about that.
I wouldn't, when I came into it, my plan was to be who I am. And I've held true to who I am. Basically, if I'm not feeling mentally like I'm going to be an entertainer, I don't stream. If I feel like I'm okay to be entertaining, I'll stream. There are times I consider streaming without having my camera on, because I know that if anybody comes to my stream and they have fun, but they see me looking down, it kind of drags the whole appearance of the stream down. I don't want to do that. So as far as me sticking to being me, I've done that 100%. If somebody comes in my chat and says something that I don't like, I'll rip into it. Don't give a shit. If you come in my chat and attack any one of my friends, I will rip into you. Do not give a shit. I will ban literally anybody. I don't care if it's been a friend of mine for how long. If you come in and try to start some shit, I will ban you, because I'm not going to flow with that. If you come in my chat talking politics, you will be kicked out faster than anything, because that ain't happening. But
right, and I agree with everything you're saying on that, Jay. And also, and you brought this up too, when we were all sitting here before we started, and I'm kind of curious on this, because when you said it, it sparked me too. But how, like, for the ones of us that do run cameras on our stream, you see us, or even if you don't run a camera, we'll go both avenues with it, right? You see us behind the camera. We're, sometimes we're goofy, sometimes we're serious, sometimes we're totally off the wall. And, you often sit and wonder, is this person the same away from the camera as they are in front of the camera? And like, for me, what you see in front of the camera is what I am out away from the camera. I'm a goofball. I'm just being a goofball. I mean, there's no telling. Well, like Doc found out earlier, spur of the moment, I could, jump into a character and you not even know it, and the next thing you know, you're like, what's this?
Oh boy, did we all know that character? Woo!
It's
Rainbow
funny,
Bright over there.
It's funny because you don't think about it, and like
With me, I'll be back. Yeah.
With me, I am who I am. I'm gonna be me regardless.
Why am I the Korbulas 9000 right now? Hey, can you fix that, please? Why am I Korbulas 9000?
Once he comes back, it'll switch. Don't worry about it.
I will tell you this: the reason that Narrowmind, the whole.
Hold on, let me finish this real quick.
Okay.
I am who I am, right? But then the situation comes along where you start having a little bit of fun, and then when you have fun, you make characters, and that's where we were joking around playing Sea of Thieves one day, and you're like, you know what? Let's try something different. So we threw voice changers on. We threw on voice changers, playing around, and one of my friend goes, he was wearing no clothes except for the basic underwear of the pirate and had a butt flap. He goes, my name is Butt Flap, but he was a thin character. So I was like, your name's Pequeño. He's like, well, what about your name? I'm like, I'm gonna be Gordo, and we'll be brothers. So even though I had a squeaky baby voice, my character in Sea of Thieves became Gordo Butt Flap. And it's kind of just evolved from there to where, Gordo Butt Flap's been a character on Sea of Thieves, squeaky voice and all, doing stupid shit. But then Gordo has gone to play Destiny. He's gone to play Call of Duty. He's gone to play Apex Legends. He's gone to play Phasmophobia, and it's just like we've gone from being a pirate to being a guardian on Destiny to being, there you go, there's Rainbow Bright, and and because of Gordo, everybody heard how much fun I was having, how just funny it was. We took, like, Korb downloaded the voice changer, Narrow downloaded the voice changer, Deadeye downloaded the voice changer, a bunch of people downloaded the voice changer, and we went from being our normal selves to being Gordo Butt Flap. Korb is Captain Skippy. Narrow. What was your name? Tommy.
Tommy, yeah. On
it was
preschool platoon.
Right.
It was Tommy, yeah.
Right. And then we have so many people that now.
Wait a minute. Hold on. We gotta do something else. I'll be back. I'm sorry. I'll be back.
All right. No, you're about to be Korb 9000 again, Narrow.
Cool. All right.
But and. So on the days when we just want to fuck around and have fun, we have our characters that we go and have fun with. I'll go play Sea of Thieves as Gordo, and I'm telling you, I've got the best reactions ever when we're playing Sea of Thieves and some random people come up and try to sink our ship, and we kill them, and I go over the mic in game, and I literally talk with the voice trainer and say, "Get wrecked by a 5-year-old bitch." And it's been the funniest comments ever because people are like, how the hell is that going to happen? Me and Narrow, we're playing Apex, and it's me and him, and we get one random guy in our lobby. And upon the flying, I'll hit my in-game mic, and I'll be like, "The fuck are you doing here?" And I'll just say some random shit, and he'll be like, "Hello?" And I'll ask him the most out-colored questions. He has no idea how to answer them, and he's like, and we just have fun with it, And it's there you go. Now,
yeah,
is that?
Yeah, don't eat that.
That's Captain Skippy.
Can we get makeup over here?
Skippy right there.
Can we get makeup? Yeah, makeup over there.
Korb, I think you're on mute,
thanks. All right. So, so Narrow Minds, I don't think I even told Jay this story. Narrow Minds, that character came from when I used to play Call of Duty from back in the day. Because me and my buddy used to do the Borat voice, right? But we used to say really messed up things to these people. That's very nice. I call my grandmother, have her teach you how to shoot because you don't shoot me. You shoot behind me, stupid. And we would do this on all the Call of Duties back in when we had the 360. And then one day, one guy said, why are you guys so damn narrow-minded? And I was like, and I never used it when I first started Twitch because Twitch only, the reason I got onto Twitch was because we were the last, they were saying that GTA 6 was coming out, and the last GTA series online where Lester had you do all those like missions and stuff was coming out. So that's the reason I started Twitch, and my original name was something with GTA. I forgot, GTA something. And then I rebranded myself because I went to TwitchCon 2018, and I had talked to, who was it? And I got a chance to talk to no, he wasn't there. Who was there that year that talked to me? He was a partner, and he was like, "Dude, you sound like when you're on stream," because I was showing him my streams that you're a freaking character because I was playing PUBG after that whole GTA thing came out. And he says, "Dude, you should find a character that you like and something that would be funny on stream, and do that." And that's the whole reason that Narrow Minds came out. And as you say, Doc, all those colorful things was actually stuff that we were doing from before. But we were doing it in a Borat accent just to piss people off because they would literally like say slurs about the fact that maybe you should go back to Russia or whatever. And they really thought in their mind that me and my friend were from this other country. And then we'd sit there. Oh no, I'm sorry. I have to make this connection because my internet's not good. The donkey stepped on the wire, and we would say stuff like that.
Okay, put it this way, and we had a request in the chat for Death Angel to answer the question we've been asking. So right after I'm done, Death Angel, take it away. But like, we were playing Call of Duty one day, right? And we had the voice changers on. I was Jay, he was Tommy. We were doing the preschool platoon, as we call it, right? And I was streaming at the time, and I asked somebody in my chat, "What should I ask them? Give me something to like ask them a question about." Somebody in my chat said dildo. I was like, "Great, how the fuck is this gonna work?" So I'm like, "Hey guys, you know what a dildo is?" And the guy right away he goes, "Oh, that's a prehistoric bird." I was like, this is perfect. So I'm like, wait, it's a prehistoric bird? He goes, "Yeah, it's a flightless prehistoric bird." I was like, "Oh, okay. My friend says you're a dildo." All right, and he's just like, I'm like, "So you're a prehistoric flightless bird? That's awesome. How could I be one of those?" And we literally just kept going like on and on. And
we did. We really did.
It was the funniest thing ever. But I will say this: the most rewarding thing of the trolling that we did, we were in Warzone and we met up with a father and his son. And the son, what would you say, 10, 11 years old?
No, he was the kid was only like 7.
Younger?
Yeah, he was 7 or 8.
7 years old. And according to him, when we had the voice changers on, we sounded like minions. So, like we were talking like I was saying banana. I was doing the whole minion thing, and the kid was cracking up. So finally, I was like, "Hey, kid, did you ever watch Monsters Inc.?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Remember the slug lady Roz?" He goes, "Yeah." So then I put a little rasp in my voice with the voice changer, and I did "He's always watching," and it sounded dead on like Roz. The kid starts dying laughing, right? So the game ends. We go back to the lobby, whatever. The father goes, "I have to thank you guys." We're like, "Why?" He goes, "Because my son has not laughed that hard in forever." And right after that, we're like, "Hey, kid." He goes, "What?" We turned our voice changers off. We talk normal. He was done. He goes, "There's no way that you would have seen people like that was us." And his father goes, "I'm adding you guys. You guys are fucking fun to play with." I was like, "Done." We made
I still play to that kid.
Being stupid.
I still play with that kid to this day. He'll try to get me to play all the time, and then try to put on the voice changer.
Plays games with the kid, video games.
Where were you going with that, Jay?
Dude, I'm just listening. People could be listening to this and not knowing, so I'm just calling out there.
Wow, really, Gordo? You're gonna go off with that?
There you go, there's Skippy.
Can you call my attorney? He's screwing it up already.
To be honest with you, I don't even know if mine's gonna work. I'll see if it works. Hold on.
Yeah, Clownfish has been active.
Go ahead, Death Angel. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Answer the question.
So the question was, have we stayed true to ourselves, right?
Yes.
When I first started streaming, I was very, very, very guarded. There was no way in my mind that I was ever going to have a camera. Actually, I just got this camera, I don't know, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. There was no way I was going to have a camera because I didn't want anybody to see my face. Still don't sometimes, but it is what it is. I didn't share anything personal about my life. And I realized I'm not getting interactions. And I've never done streaming to make money or to be something. I've never expected that. I don't want that. I do it because I enjoy what I do. And I love the people that come in and making the connections. But I realized that I wasn't getting these people to come in. No, I wasn't. I take 2 people for like 3 months. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so one of my good friends was like, you need to share yourself more. You need to open up and be yourself. And since I have done that, met with many other things, like pushing myself out of my comfort zone of getting cameras and, things like that, I've changed. So it boils down to, yes, I have changed, but for the good. I have more myself.
And I think that's the most important thing is the fact that you're, that you
having a camera is a big thing. It's a big thing. When I first started, I know I was playing Fortnite. God forgive me for that. When I started, I was playing Fortnite, and I had my chat talking or whatever. We were having fun talking on chat or whatever. But everybody in my chat was like, "We like your voice, but we want to see you. Like we want to put a face with the voice." And I was like, I don't really want to do that. But they're like, "No, you gotta have a camera." I was like, "Do that though." So after a while, they were like, I was like, I don't have the money for a camera. They're like, well, put up a donation goal. I'm like, I don't feel right doing that. Like, that's weird to me. I don't want to do that. So I made the choice at the time to sell my Nintendo Switch, and I used the money I got from that, and I got a new gaming mouse cam, and it's been far and away probably one of the best things I did, honestly.
But you don't have to have a camera.
You don't.
No.
You absolutely
No,
don't.
you don't, and that's one thing. You don't have to have that camera, and it's just like a good friend of mine, Devil's Cut. He had been around me when I first got started in streaming, and he come to me one day and he goes, "Hey, I want to stream." I'm like, "Go for it, dude." He goes, "But I don't have a camera," and I'm like, "So." The camera has nothing to do with it. I said, as long as you're entertaining and stuff like that, people are going to come. Camera, no camera,
Yep.
Yep.
I made affiliate
I want to touch
with no
yeah,
camera.
right.
Some of the best
and I
GTA
wanna-
role players do without mics, without cams.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to touch base on something that Death Angel said there. The biggest thing a lot of the streamers face, she said it, is the stuff that we deal with in our personal life. We don't want to put it out there because sometimes people could think of it as, well, you're just trying to use this to grow your channel. It's not that case. A lot of times, and I said it the last time I was on with everybody, we as streamers, if we're facing stuff, it helps us when we can talk to other people that might be going through the same thing, and you kind of build that support system, I guess you could say, of like for me, it's it's depression. So when I find other people that has depression and we talk about it and stuff like that, it's kind of it's like you've got your little support group there that you can talk to people, even though you may not see them face to face, and a lot of times just that right there is a big help for anybody, just to have somebody to talk to or somebody to relate to. And a lot of channels, especially mine, that's the way my channel, my community is based off of, is if you've got something you're dealing with, if I'm sitting here and I put the wig on, I put the peanut butter suit on, I put a smile on your face, that's going to take you out of that element for a while. It's going to give you a piece of comfort that you may not have at that time. And so it's that's the way my community started, that's the way it still is, and I don't plan on changing it until
what?
I guess until I fall flat on my face.
It falls under the actions speak louder than words thing. Because like if somebody comes in your stream and says that they're depressed and you talk to them, it's one thing. But if somebody comes into my stream and like, I'm really depressed, I'm thinking about killing myself or whatever. If I were to just stop what I'm doing and I look dead at the camera and I talk to them they see the raw emotion, what I'm feeling of the whole situation and everything, that action speaks louder to them than me just saying, wow, I'm really sorry, I know how you feel, I'm going through the same stuff. But when they actually see that you genuinely care about how they're feeling, it puts everything a level up, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
they come in and say whatever, you could you could definitely stream without the camera, there's no doubt about that. But insert like Phasmophobia, we all love playing Phasmophobia, Pagan, because he calls it Walking Simulator 2020. But part of the fun of Phasmophobia is the scares.
Yeah.
And we all have the jump scares where for bits or whatever, you trigger a sound that attempts to scare us, or you have assholes like me that'll throw the voice changer on, jump in Corb's voice chat and scare the hell out of him while he's on a hunt, and he literally almost throws his shit across the screen.
Yeah.
So you don't get that effect just hearing somebody talk. Like, okay, we're playing, I scare Corb, you hear go, oh, you son of a bitch. Okay, fine. But when you're watching and you see Corb like dead concentrated, and then you see him go, whoa, you son of a bitch, that adds to it because you're seeing the whole action of what he's doing. You see the action of him getting scared, and it just adds to so much more entertainment value to it because you know what's going on.
It's okay. I have one where it sounds like somebody's knocking on my walls.
Yeah, we all got knocked. Yep.
And you see me every time.
That.
Yeah. There's no way way to go out. There's a
Yeah.
corner.
But you still go look at the wall, right?
Yeah.
Wait.
I think for me, like definitely towards the end of my stream when people start talking about the stuff, I know there's like clips and clips of me giving people like solid pieces of advice because it's funny. They a lot of people will sit there and like watch, like especially like Call of Duty. When we play Call of Duty, they will watch the whole thing, not really they'll say much like, like, oh cool, whatever you did there. And then at the end they'll talk about what's going on in their life. And then you'll see there are clips of me talking about how I think one day one guy was talking about how he wants to be a streamer but he doesn't know how to start. I think was one of the topics we talked about. And I told him straight up. I go, I told him straight up that if this is something that he's passionate about doing, you just got to start. I genuinely,
just like what Bad Bunny said too. It's just what Bailey said. He started on Twitch. He did it to forget everything he was going through. Me and Narrow have gotten emails from people saying that watching the podcast or watching what we do has brought them out of some really dark places. And you don't think about that happening when it's just a bunch of friends getting together and talking. Like there may be somebody watching us right now who's having a real shitty day, really like, especially with the year 2020 being the way it is. God forbid somebody in your family is sick with COVID or, you got laid off or whatever, and you're struggling to pay mortgages or whatever. And you could be in a real shitty spot, especially down during the holiday time. And the six of us are sitting here cutting it up, laughing over dumb shit like Corb wearing a rainbow wig and peanut butter costume, and that could turn their whole day, potential week, potential month, potential year around. And you don't go into things expecting that. And I think that's something that a lot of us lose focus of.
Yeah, we lose touch in that.
Is that we're not here just for us. We're here for everybody that comes in to watch us. So even if it's one person, 10, 15, 20, whatever, however many people we have in chat, you never know how what you do can affect those people.
It's true.
And Pagan, you've been hella quiet. You got anything you want to throw in?
Well,
He's did the Giants win? Did the Giants win?
I turned it off.
Okay.
It's getting embarrassing. But something that Deathing just said was that streaming changed her for good, right?
Yeah.
And I have noticed that myself. I'm the smallest streamer here. I don't really have much of a big old community or whatever. But I've used it kind of therapeutically this year because it's been a really tough year for me. But I find that when I'm myself, when I'm more authentic and I do let myself kind of push my own boundaries a little bit and share some things that are personal, that you get back love that you would never have done if you were hiding that from anyone, right? And I got really lucky just meeting the community that I got. I mean, it's a bunch of awesome folks that I met that, like you were talking about, I mean, it helps you through some dark times. So I kind of use streaming as therapy, really, honestly. And maybe I'm using, the people that are there for that, but I find you get to know and build those connections stronger, especially during a tough time like a pandemic where you can't really see most of your real friends and family, not quote unquote real friends and family, So it's been huge for me. So no matter what happens to the platform, I'm willing to go and do it again somewhere else just because of the change it made in me, that even people that I know physically have noticed when we do get together. They noticed that, hey, you're more out of your shell and blah, blah, because I was very, 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 very shy. If you can believe it. Yeah.
He's an introvert.
So I try to be more myself, but what I've come to realize is there's more to myself than what I showed people in face-to-face interactions too. So it's kind of been a big deal for me to do it.
Yeah.
But you never know unless you start, like Naro said,
Right.
I never thought I would do it.
It's 100% funny to think about. Like all of us are streamers, we met each other through communities and everything, but a lot of us have become so close that we're closer friends than the friends we have around us every day. With the exception of maybe Lieutenant Hasselhoff, who's been my best friend for 25 years, all the people I know online are better friends to me than most of the people I know IRL, except for maybe 5 people total. So, I mean, most of my best friends are online friends.
Yeah, and I think it's a way I think it's a way for people to reach out to other people that are shy. Because obviously, I believe that this platform originally started when it was just in TV for people who were very introverted. Because back then we didn't have a lot of online. When Justin TV was around, we didn't have a lot of online games. What you did was you would put your phone behind you, which was only a not even a 2K phone, and you would stream yourself playing a video game. That's what Justin TV was about. Justin, the whole reason that Justin TV ever came out was because there was a website before that called Stickcam, where you would buy one of these webcams and you would talk about whatever you wanted. There was no TOS, there was nothing. Stickcam was like some people were having, like their dog was having a bunch of puppies. They would show the little puppies running around in the thing. That was the whole Stickcam. That's all you were watching. Some people, a lot of radio stations were using Stickcam at the time because it got really popular and a lot of people were viewing it. A lot of radio stations showed you the behind the scenes view of what the radio station was like when the jockeys were offline. You could see them in the Stickcam because the camera would never turn off. And then that got turned off. That got shut down. And then Justin TV came on. And then Justin TV, you were watching people play video games. You're watching people play poker, and that's what that was. So I think that this whole lineage of what Twitch is now is a place for people who are not necessarily the most outgoing people when you meet them in real life, have a venue to meet each other. Because it's funny when you go to TwitchCon and you get to see the people that not necessarily, because people that watch us can also go to TwitchCon and meet the streamers. You'll see them in all their little packs. You could tell who belongs to what little pack, Right. And they're all huddled up in their own little packs as they're walking. But if they recognize you, they'll stop and tell you. You'll just see it looks like a herd of bees coming because they'll come right towards you. But they have their own little packs. And I think what it is the most positive thing that Twitch has done is it's given people a outlet, a place to grow, for them to grow not only on the streaming side, but also grow individually as a person, to be here, to be able to be on this camera right here, to be able to be on that screen that you're watching and be able to talk and give their advice on life. Because, in another kind of setting, like I've been lucky. I've been on a stage with 10,000 people watching me doing comedy. That's the most, by the way, biggest rush of your life. If you ever want to try that, that's better than any drug you're ever going to touch, is to take those first couple steps out there and see a spotlight in your face and you hear all those people in the background. But once you overcome that, now I can do public speaking anywhere. I don't have any problems with it, but a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people, even in a bar setting, if you go to a bar, and Pagan works at a lot of bars, he sees that those people, you could tell they're there, they're looking straight at whatever TV is in front of them, and they don't speak to nobody. And they don't have any conversations with anybody. And Pagan actually worked at one of the bars I used to go to a lot with my cousin, where I was so outgoing. I bought the bar owner a beer, and he bought me a whole bunch of beers back, which is really cool. But I mean, that's the thing. It's whether you're an introvert, whether you're an extrovert, here you're able to do and say the things that are on your mind, and also help people that you would normally never be able to talk to or help because you don't know how or what to do. But in this echo chamber we're in, we're able to do that. We're able to be that person for them. So I think that's the good thing about it.
So how much of your personal self outside of Twitch do you bring into your community? This is for everyone. Like the person you are when you're not streaming, the job you work, the things you do outside of streaming. How much of that do you bring into what you do with your community? Like I'm a New Yorker. I love pizza. I love sports. I bring the whole New York thing. The pizza thing is my community. My Discord's called the Pizza Palace. That's my thing. My theme on stream is all pizza, but I don't bring much of the sports aspect of who I am. Same thing with music. I love music, but I don't bring much of it into my community. It's more focused around just basically you do what you want in my community, but it's based, the name of it is Pizza Palace, but my stream is all about pizza. So how much of what you do outside of stream do you bring into your communities?
I think for me, I do bring in like obviously I've talked to you off stream about my back conditions and what's about to happen to me. So I do talk about that. But I think there's kind of I think everybody has like things that they have going on in their lives that not necessarily is something that you want to talk about. And I think that's for everybody. I think there has to be some kind of boundary there with the fact that, number one, that whether you like it or not, you are considered a public figure on here. Once you put your face out there, once you start streaming, no matter if you had one viewer, no matter if you had 100 viewers, that you're a public figure. So there's a lot of stuff that I think that shouldn't be said on there, because it is, you do have your personal life, and there are things like, I always tell people, especially females, it's none of anybody's business whether you're married. It doesn't matter if you have a boyfriend on here, because what happens is once you let those little things out, it becomes a problem for people, and it causes situations that are unnecessary. So that's a good situation. Those are the things I'm talking about. There's a certain amount of your private life is the whole reason. And that's why, and I've learned this through relationships, that when people start talking about what's on each other's social media that are in a relationship, it 100% ruins the relationship, because they're not focused on their personal life. Now they're focused on what's going on in social media, and that's how they judge and understand the character of the other person that they're with. And that's the same thing here. That's why I think sometimes people who are in a relationship with a streamer have a hard understanding about what it is and why we, don't necessarily say that there's another person in the streamer's life, because obviously, yeah, it's supposed to be something you're supposed to be proud of. But for here in this echo chamber, and the fact that people get really, really weird about things, and as you can see, Jay's a moderator in a lot of streams. He sees that, and it could get weirder by the fact that you say, "Oh, by the way, I'm married. Oh, by the way, no, this is my boyfriend here." And I tell female streamers, it's not a good idea, because for them, this is, if you're going to make this your livelihood, it's not anybody's business what you're doing when that camera's off and we're not on stream. And to bring it here in that echo chamber, it causes a lot of problems. So yes, there should be a kind of a boundary for everybody, not only for female streamers, but for everybody in general. There needs to be a boundary with your personal life, but obviously things like stuff that's going on in your life that you think is pertinent to and that stuff that people can relate to on stream, then yeah, say it. Like the back problems, like depression.
I know one of the major hard things to deal with when it comes to female streamers are the simps, and some of them are just ridiculously out of control. Some of them think, you go in there, you sweet talk the streamer, you're gonna wind up getting their number or where they live or whatever, or they go in there and they drop subs and donations or whatever, and just like it thinks it's going to earn them good faith with the streamer, and that's going to relay into something else. It's not an easy thing to deal with from the outside looking in. Like I like Nara said, I mod for a lot of people. I think the last total I looked at, I was up to like 52 people I mod for. I would say about half of them are females. So, it's very difficult because each streamer has their own rules of when it comes to banning someone. So one streamer may be like, okay, if somebody even tries any of this shit, ban them. Or one streamer could be like, listen, as long as they don't say anything racist, then they're fine. Okay, so let them talk all the, the sweet talk they want, let them do whatever they want. But the second they do anything type of racial or political or religious or anything like that, ban them. But then you have the other people like, listen, I don't want to deal with this shit. So the second they start talking all sorts of shit, or like we had, I'm losing track of streams. One guy came in a stream. I think it was Sweet, might have been Sweet's stream the other night. He came in. He asked to play with games with her, so he was playing games, and Sweet's always has her animals running around the background, and he came in. He's like, "Let me see your kitty." Innocent sentence. We're like, okay, fine. So Sweet's like, he's around here somewhere or whatever. The next sentence he puts up, he goes, "No, I want to see your pussy." And we were like, nope. So
Yeah.
Sweets deleted, but I know
Who says
Sweets'
that?
rules. She doesn't want him banned unless he does something, truly ban worthy. So I was like, okay, it was deleted, whatever, and that's it. But then with our friend Green Eyes, who we had on in season 1, she has been dealing with some let's call them trolls, and some guy came in her chat the other day, was talking a bunch of shit, whatever, and one of her mods timed him out. I was like, that's not gonna stand, because I know what she's been dealing with. She's talked to me about it off stream. As soon as I could, ban that asshole. I was like, listen, with all the shit she's been dealing with, anybody that tries to pull this type of shit, ban them immediately. I don't give a fuck who it is, get them out, because we're not allowing that toxicity to keep coming back to her.
And
So it's hard to maintain all the different rules for everybody, but for a lump sum of the 52 generally run around the same rules.
And that's
one of the things that came up recently was it came to me through Twitter, where there was a company or something that was taking clips from female streamers and basically
they were embedding him. Yep.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, granted, the worst I've gotten is someone referred to me as a sexy Rosa Parks. But
I saw that.
It was like, okay,
Corb's
thank
thinking
you.
now. Corb's like,
It's like
the Korbulas 9000 out now on Amazon.
Yes, and if you order now, you get a mini fridge. So. So, but that idea that, there is the anonymity is really cool, because then people can kind of not feel locked into being, themselves, and maybe they can be a little bit more adventurous. But the other side of that is that ability, it's like it reduces that sense of consequence. Mm-hmm. And maybe a part of, for some streamers, that persona means that there's a degree of separation from themselves and from the potential of people, coming in and being, less than nice.
Yeah.
And, so it's kind of a double-edged sword, but, do you guys view the anonymity as sort of a necessary thing, or do you think it should be altered more, or do you think that it helps protect?
Well, the thing with that website was it kind of did two things at once. What it did was it embedded the streams of the sexy female streamers and put them all in one place for the weirdos to go and watch. So, like, if you didn't want to go through Twitch and see the people that you clarified as ugly or whatever, you go to this website and you can just go through anybody who hit the criteria of being, the sexy streamer.
By the way, Korbulas is on that website. I just want to let you guys know.
Yeah, I was going to say I was on there too. So yeah.
So when I heard about it, my friend Lights, he told me about it. I went on and I literally checked for a bunch of people that I know, and I would say out of 32 people I looked for, only 3 of them weren't on that website. So now what that does is it's objectifying the sexy female streamers, but then at the same time, it's also kind of like a character destroyer, because like now you look at it and it's like, okay, if I wasn't on that website, does that mean I'm ugly? Does that mean I'm this? Does that mean so? Yeah. It's kind of like, it was like a two-way thing. But since there was such an outrage over that website, and there was so many people tweeting it and retweeting it and tagging Twitch, that site was taken down. Like, Twitch said, "Nah, fuck you guys, you ain't doing this," and they cut it off. They cut it out completely. So that website is gone and dead.